Alright guys, I don't think there's any other video on YouTube regarding how to use the quick lift on gravel. Everybody else has a driveway. But this is the quick lift ramp lift thing. I found it on Marketplace a long time ago and I've never been able to use it until now. And the only way you're able to use it on gravel, at least up until now, is that I got some 1/8 inch thick steel. I cut it. As you can see, it spans the whole base of the base. And then I welded some 1-inch tubing as stops. So whenever you load in the car, this doesn't slide off because it's the slick metal. And I painted it just so it doesn't look ugly as weather gets to it. As you can see right there too. It's just sitting on that base. And then it's just gravel. And the back little feet over here. These guys. Same thing. They just drop down, and then I use another sheet of 1/8 inch steel as my jacking point. Because if you try jacking this without that plate there or any kind of firm surface, the jack is going to sink in. It's not going to travel how it's supposed to while it's jacking, and what it's going to do is that it's going to pull this whole base this way because it's not traveling underneath it as it lifts. This is the little ramps that it came with. And yeah, that's a center lift point. That's how you lift up this whole thing, and then when those little legs drop, you drop it onto those plates. So it has a good base of support. You notice how I had to shift a bunch of gravel right there out of the way to put the sheet in, because that thing is heavy. That's not a light steel. Like, even these little plates right here, they're pretty heavy as they are. I did notice that after installing it, there's a little bow, and that's because the previous owner, I didn't realize this up until then, he drilled another hole closer to the edge over here, so it lengthened the whole ramp. Where I didn't notice while I was installing it that there's another, so this is the bolt, but there's another hole over here. This is the original bolt right here, bolt hole from the manufacturer. So next time I drive the car off, I'm gonna actually unbolt it and then scoot it back to where that is. That way it doesn't have that bow. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get like an RV jack and like put it there, just as an additional support. It's not like I'm gonna be crawling underneath that point anyway, so it's all gonna be down here. So yeah, I mean the car weighs 2,500 pounds, give or take, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less, I don't know. But it works pretty well, as you can see. It has 2 center bridges that the previous owner included. Took it the other way. And so you can use it to lift individual aspects of the car. If you want to work on the suspension, or in the back, you can use it to lift up the differential. But yeah, that is how I use the quick lift on gravel. Like I said, this is probably the only video on YouTube or anywhere that I found that actually people use it on gravel. But you just have to do a little bit more work. Alright guys, see ya.